Hello everyone and welcome to Exam B. In this video, I am going to discuss some of the important descriptive questions for NABARD IT Phase 2. This is the third video in the series. In my previous video, I have discussed the questions which are important for the perspective of the exam as well as the answer template with you. In this particular video, I'm not going to show the answer template because it will be moreover same as compared to the previous video. You now have an idea how to answer the questions with the answer template, how to approach a particular question, how to start and how to have a conclusion for a question. So before proceeding, I would like to request everyone to please like the video and please watch the previous video for getting a better understanding. Also, I have made videos on the previous year paper questions with the solution. Do watch them as well, and also subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon so that you are never gonna miss any update related to your exam that we bring on our channel. So let's start with today's question. So today we are having 5 questions. And these are the descriptive questions. They can be under 10 marker or 15 marker. You have to try to write the answer in at least 300 words. So let's talk about these questions in a quick manner. So the first question is saying, describe arrays in C. How do you declare, initialize and access the elements in an array? So you can see the question is very easy, but when you are going to write something for 300 words, you have to get enough amount of data to suffice your answer and to a good understanding, leave a good impression on the examiner that you know a good on the particular concept. So how you're going to approach this question? First, you will write something on C as a language, and then you are going to explain about the arrays. Once you are done with explanation of the array with the basic definition of the array, you have to declare, initialize and access the element using a pseudo program. So write a program which will actually show that you have a technical understanding and you are capable enough of writing a pseudo code or an algorithm for the same. Then you are going to showcase the features or the characteristics of an array. What are the advantages of having an array and what are the disadvantages of having an array? Also, you have to show how you can use pointers with array and how you're going to use the dynamic memory allocation processes with in terms of arrays. So these all things will actually be the body of your answer, and in the conclusion you can again write something good about array and can leave an impression that you are going to end your answer. So this was about question number 1. Question number 2, explain the use of pointers in C. Provide examples of pointer declaration, initialization and dereferencing. So now pointers concept in C are very important because in C we deal with pointers lot many times. So first you have to explain what is pointer, why pointer is important, how they are used in C. Then you have to show how a pointer is declared, how a pointer will be initialized, and if I want to dereference a pointer, how it can be done. Once you are done with all the 3 things, you have to showcase how you are going to use the pointers in terms of structures, in terms of union, in terms of arrays. So now your understanding on pointers can be more applicative and the examiner will get to know you don't only know about the pointers, you know also how to implement the pointers with terms of other data structures, be it be user defined or the inbuilt. So this is the main thing for this particular scenario. Now, for the third question, you have to explain something on the dynamic memory allocation. Then you have to explain about the functions which are there and then how and why this is actually needed. So this particular concept is very new in C, and also it was not there when C language came into existence. It was not in the basic structure of the C. It came afterwards. You can just first give an understanding on DMA and then why there was a need to have a DMA in C language. Then you will explain about the functions, the library, the headers that we have to use basically for C language, and then you discuss the brief advantages and disadvantages of having the DMA in C and what can be the way forward. Fourth question is asking about the concept of recursion in C. Also, it asks to have an example on the recursive function and when the recursion is appropriate. So what you have to do in this question, explain the recursion thing here. First explain the function. What is a function? Then explain when a function call itself, it is called a recursion. So we can have recursion in many phases of the C programming language. What are the basic needs of a recursion? Basically, you should have a base condition and then you have the call to the same function again and again. So you need something to get out of the recursion, otherwise it will be a problem. So you have to show all the basic structures that are needed to implement a recursion. You can take the help of stack or the activation records that we actually have an implementation in recursion. You can provide an example like Tower of Hanoi problem and Fibonacci series problem, palindrome problem. You can just write a pseudocode on them and discuss why and when recursion is appropriate to use. Then on the fifth question, we are asking about the importance of good coding practice such as readability, comments, documentation in C programming, and why these practices are important in the software development. So this particular question is very important, and it can be more theoretical when you are going to write it, but it is more applicative when you are going to use it. So whenever you are going to write any particular code, you have to follow some good coding practices like having a modularity. You should have proper functions for each particular task. Then the particular code should be readable. The code should be well enough to translate what it wants to work. It should be having flexibility and all those things. And there are comments which are very, very, very important to make a code readable for other developers when they are going to debug or going to take your development ahead. So documentation is a very important part of software engineering. So you have to just throw the knowledge that how you being a coder or a developer is going to follow the good coding practices in software engineering. Then you will write the benefits that will be there if you go for a good coding practice in the scenario of the software development. So these all things you have to write for this question, and at the end don't forget to just mention that this particular thing is the first and foremost thing a developer needs to understand before they start coding. So these were the 5 questions that I wanted to discuss with you. And if you liked the video, do hit the like button. Again, subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon so that you will never miss an update from our side, and also you will be updated. If you want to prepare 50% faster with iXambi, go to our website www.ixambi.com and check out our demo courses and all the IT related courses that are there for you. If you still have any doubts, write that in comment section or reach out to us at the email or on the number that is flashed on the screen. Till we bring the next video, keep practicing and stay updated.